Hi, friends. Good morning to my friends in the US and good evening to my friends in India and the Asian countries. How are you all doing? Yes, the war has been playing a very big role in all our lives. Everything got stuck up. Things are in a stage where we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The economy is dwindling left and right, not knowing where to move, and the share markets you can see is going up and down, not ready to stabilize at one point of time. Today it may be up and tomorrow it goes down with a very fast fall. It's really a kind of terrifying market scenario for all the startups. Along with that, coming along AI with its huge hype that's been built across this world today, and the ones like Claude and OpenAI, specifically Claude, talking about uh, everything can be done with AI. Will AI save your startup? The first question I would like to ask is that will AI really save your startup? Or do you think AI is everything that can help you grow and help you scale, help you get customers? I don't think so. What do you think? What do you think? You must have thought about this along. What are the answers you got for this? It's time we look into ourselves and see if those answers match with us logically or emotionally, and see what can be the result as an individual, as a startup owner you feel. Now, we are getting into this. Here is why you still might fail and what to do instead. That's a big question. Now, everybody knows AI is helpful at a lot of places, but it has its own limitations. As told earlier, can human intelligence be surprised by artificial intelligence? Absolutely not. Human brain is pretty much more powerful than the servers or the GPUs that run AI today. So it's time we have a look at it, we have a deep thought about it, and let's explore what needs to be done. How can we make sure that we don't fail, even if AI is not the only solution for us? What are the other things that we could do to help ourselves bring up in this age of AI? Think over. Now, here everyone thinks that AI is a shortcut. Absolutely not. See, with AI, what happens? The tools are smarter than you can expect them to be. The pipelines are faster, and yet the failure rate hasn't budged. The failure rate of startups it's still the same. Why do you think if AI is so powerful, why are founders still stuck? Why are founders not being able to generate money or not being able to get funding or not being able to get customers? There's something wrong somewhere, right? The percentage of startups that failed yesteryears is almost at the same level as what's happening today. With all that AI hype in place, the different tools with AI coming up, a lot of tools for marketing, a lot of tools for generating content, a lot of tools for writing codes, everything is there. But still you find that you are stuck. All the startups which come into being is not getting successful. A greater percentage or a higher percentage is still failing, and that to a slow death. They're just going into a graveyard without any hype, without any pompous, without anyone knowing it. It's a very slow death. There must be reason for that, no? Yes, AIs are genuinely more powerful than ever before we had. That's a real fact. AI is powerful than the older versions or the yesteryears, what we had is much more powerful than that today. We have smarter models, we have faster workflows, we have better automation. Yet, yet the startup failure rates remain stubbornly unchanged. They are still the same. With all these innovations, with all this intelligence, with all these smarter tools available to you at very cheaper cost, the question is why startup failure rates are not going down? Why it's still unchanged? The disconnect is striking, you know. If these tools are so transformative, why aren't we seeing better outcomes? Everybody says AI is transformative. There are companies who have been firing people, laying off people off the fly, saying that their roles are no more needed. Maybe some smaller roles in the customer care or customer support may not be that important, or the ratio can be reduced at this point of time by using AI or some tools that can help support customers with a basic thing. But it cannot be a full-fledged customer support tool, right? It doesn't work out. People need to talk to human beings. People need to talk to people, not to machines. And why aren't we seeing better outcomes is the question that we are trying to explore today and see how you and me can find a solution or a strategy or a methodology wherein we can see why our startup should not fail and it should be able to scale up and grow the way you wish that to be, the way you dreamt of that to be. Now, it's not that the tools don't work. Yeah, tools work. It always works. It's something else that's holding the founders back, you know. Think of what is it that you feel it can be that is holding you back and not allowing you to grow the way you thought you could with all this AI, all these tools, all this hyperactivity around this world. Now, this challenges the narrative that technology alone solves all the problems. No, it cannot. If it would have been, then the things would have been different today. But this is not the hype, it's the truth. AI is not something that can do everything for you. There is a limit for that. It has its own styles, own kind of working, own kind of giving results, own way of giving outputs. No, there is a difference between the hype and the reality. And that's what is important. The difference, reality, and the hype that's created in the media today by AI. Yes, the AI companies are doing great. They have good funding. They are doing awesome. Their growth rate is pretty high. Those companies have been flying the growth rate like supersonics. So let's try to explore what's the reality and what's the hype with AI and how is that related to founders, startups, and their growth and scaling. Now, the real problem isn't your stack. This sounds familiar to you, right? You must be in pretty good knowledge of what your stack is or what your building models are. Your problems, do you know? I'll list out three problems, basic problems to you. You are building pretty fast, but no users are showing up for you, right? You have built up your application, you have put in AI, you have put in developers, and now finally you find there are no users showing up. You have very fancy features, lots of bells and whistles in your applications, but there's zero revenue. Does this feel that you're on the same page with me? This feels like I'm talking about you today, and your burn is increasing. Your runway is decreasing. Along with the runway, the clarity is also decreasing. It's like you are built up fast, you're a great product with lots of bells and whistles, but your runway is shrinking day by day, wherein your strategic decisions or directions are getting murkier. You don't know really where I'm going. Now, AI removes the effort, but it doesn't give direction. I'm just being honest on this. AI can help you at times with your human effort. You can reduce your human effort. You can do much more that you could do yesterday without AI, but now with AI you can do much more than that. But it doesn't give you direction. It's a perfect tool or a powerful tool for efficiency, but it's not a replacement for strategy or vision. It cannot replace your vision. It cannot replace your strategy building capabilities. It can automate tasks. It can reduce friction. It can speed up execution. But someone needs to decide what to build and why. Right? What to build, why to build it, and for whom I am building it. That someone needs to decide, and that's you. You cannot tell AI to start building on anything and everything. The direction, the goals, the purpose have to come from humans. It cannot be from machines. The direction and purpose has to come from leadership, from your team, from your values, from your core values that you have created. We need to think about AI as an enabler and not a decision maker. Nowadays, we find a lot of startup founders using AI as a decision maker by telling it to act like XYZ and give decisions, and you start going trying to implement those. Will it work out? Can AI give a decision like a human brain, taking into consideration and context of your current scenario, your pain area that you have found out for your ICP? Does it streamline your ICP? Does it do all these things? No, no way. Now I'll tell you what AI can do and what it cannot do. AI can maybe, to an extent, build you an application. It can generate some kind of codes. It can copy things. It can make designs. It can make prototypes for you. Far better said, AI can generate prototypes for you faster than ever before. You don't, to an extent, you don't need human brains, human hands to develop prototypes for you. But prototypes don't work. You need an application that really works, that really feels and accepts customers, that gives the output that a customer expected for. That kind of thinking AI cannot do. And AI cannot decide what to build. It cannot decide how to build. It cannot decide who it is for. Or finally, it cannot decide and let you know whether anyone actually needs it. This is what a startup founder fails at. A normal tendency with all the hype across in AI, startup founders think AI can decide on what to build, how to build, and who it is for, and they can give you the ICP, they can build the application. Look, before AI started, the hardest part of a startup was never building. It's just 30 to 40% of the total effort. Building is only that kind of effort. It was always the thinking. And then once built, it was always the marketing. With the marketing comes always the innovation and evolution. And all these things needs your brain, your effort, your hands to work on. AI cannot do that. Does this feel like you're feeling that you're on the wrong path? It's a saying in technology. So if you feed junk to AI, it amplifies the junk and gives it back to you. So AI is basically a kind of amplifier that you use for your audio systems, your sound systems. Whatever you give to it, it amplifies and gives it back to you. The quality in is the quality out. Only difference is amplified version. Now the real question is why startups still fail even with AI? This is our main pivot now today. We are not here to talk about AI as a savior. Startups in reality are failing still at the same rates despite all the hype around artificial intelligence. You can look around you. You can, for example, you can take a YC Combinator. How many startups registered, how many were funded in the initial stages, and how many were not funded. And out of the not funded ones, even out of the funded ones, how many got successful? The same percentages going around for the last many years. There is no variation, no change in the percentages. The only difference is startups come with a prototype faster. Now, what happens here is without your brains, without your effort, if a prototype is built, it has its own problems which you don't find really till the time it goes to the customers and customers get hit with that. Whereas from the older days, when a startup is building a prototype, all these things are taken care of in the initial stages. Now we are going to identify 5 fundamental reasons why, regardless of the technology used, maybe .NET, maybe PHP, maybe Python, Django, or the Microsoft frameworks, Java frameworks, whatever it is, I'll tell you the real problems that kill the companies and the ones or the reasons which no tools can fix for you. This isn't about tech limitations. It's about execution, strategy, and the fundamentals. It's not that AI cannot write a few lines of code in maybe Django or Python or PHP. It can do that. Or C# or C++, .NET. It can write the codes. But what to be written, who to be written for, and what way you should write it, you have to tell it. It cannot do that. And this is where one of the reasons most of the prototypes get stuck when it goes into the market for validation. And the startup owners and the founders come to understand it pretty late in their life cycle of startups. It's pretty delayed knowledge they get. The reason number 1 for this is there is no clear problem. Think of the days when startups started like this, on a board with stickers, drawings, marking out things, marking the data flows, marking who it is for, marking the pains. Building a cool AI tool is not a strategy because Google doesn't pay your bills. If you can't describe the pain your user feels at 2 a.m. in the morning, you don't have a problem worth solving. Unless you can describe the pain your user or the ICP has in a way better than he can explain, it's not something you can sell. There is no one who's going to buy it. Most of the AI startups today, they straight away jump into building without identifying the real problem. Now the question, how do we identify a real problem? I have one simple answer for you. You can note it down. For every question or a point or a solution that you have, ask why. Ask the question why. You will get an answer. Now, the same process you continue for 5 times. Starting with first question, you ask why, you get an answer. Again, ask why to that answer. Then again, why to that answer. Ask it 5 times. The 6th answer you get is the real pain, is the real problem. It's not only for startups, it's for anybody. Try it out today. It can be on your startup for idea. It can be on a problem that you have currently. It can be on a problem you have in the office. You have a problem with the team. Ask these 5 startups. You'll have an answer. You should understand what keeps the customer awake at night. If you know that, if you can describe that pain to the user and he accepts that, then this is something you should be building. You can start thinking of or imagining a pain and building an application that nobody needs. Before writing first line of code, ask yourself, what specific problem does this solve? Who has this problem? And how badly they are needing this to be solved. And the fourth question is, are they ready to pay you for solving their problem? Now, they can pay you for solving the problem only when the problem is really serious. Else someone will not pay. They will go by with that pain. And if they goes by with that pain, then that pain is not a real pain that you can build an startup on. Hit the nail. Write in bold. The number 2 is overbuilding too early. You know, it's like I built 10 features in just 6 weeks using AI. It sounds impressive, right? Absolutely. But the problem is, no one wants it. There are 0 users who want these features you built. There are some startups founders who say, we spend months optimizing and refining the features. But who asked you for those features? That's wasted time and effort, no? Has someone asked you that you need these features? Has your ICP that you finalized on, has anybody you spoken to told that yes, this is a real problem they have? They want these features. It's like 10 features, 6 weeks. Wow. 0 users because nobody asked for that, any of it. Months lost optimizing things that didn't matter. Where do you stay? Where do you stand now? This is a liability for you because you haven't found a market fit. You haven't analyzed the product and market fit ratios. You just started building, thinking that this can be the problem. You can know the problem only when you speak to your real customers. My suggestion, don't start writing a single line of code before you talk to at least 20 of your ICP customers. If they are from nearby, get on to a coffee house, talk to them, have a coffee, talk to them, they will tell you their problems. Then start working on those. The lesson here is focus on what the customers actually need. Build features only when you have validated customers, paying customers, and they ask you for something. These are the people who matter because they are your real users. It's not your friends. It's not your family who can give you suggestions because they don't have this problem. They are not going to use this product. They are not going to pay you for this product. So how can they know what the problem is? They can't. And build features only on demand, real demand. Don't build on assumptions. The next reason is no real validation, as we said now. The friends, yeah, wow, awesome idea. But there are no customers, 0 customers. The friends give you positive, or your users give you positive feedback. You ask them to pay, they are not ready to pay. Because that's not their real problem. They just, with a friendly gesture, a humane gesture, they give you a positive feedback to you. Yes, this looks good. It works good. You send out a survey to 100 people. 75 people respond back to you. But there is no real usage. Aren't these the real problems these founders like you and me face day in and day out with our startups? People who say that they like your product doesn't mean that they're ready to pay for using it or use it regularly. If it is a free one, they are ready to use it regularly or they're willing to pay for it. See, people should be able to spend time and money for your product. That is when they are the real customers for you. Else, they are just testers. Someone you know from some time, someone who knows someone, and just give you a survey, give you feedback. That's all. You ask him to pay, he goes missing. He's nowhere available then. I always emphasize validation needs to come from real customers who are paying you, not from non-paying customers. That's not feedback. That's not validation. The next reason, fourth reason of the five out of the fifth one, five ones, is speed without direction. See, fast, wrong decisions don't save time. They accelerate your waste, and AI over and above that makes this danger worse, not better. Take decisions slowly based on data and that to real data from your paying customers. There's a saying, speed without a direction is very dangerous. And moving fast in the wrong direction gets you to the wrong place faster. Typically, if you're in the wrong direction, you should be moving slow. At least you are not reaching the wrong place very faster. So your decision making should be based on data. You should have a clear vision, a clear goal, and a strategy first. Else, AI can help you accelerate your mistakes, speed up your mistakes. What happens is real risk, most of the companies, they adopt AI tools pretty quickly without even thinking through why they are going to use them or what they are going to use them and what actual problem they are going to solve by these AI tools. They see a subscription, click on it, pay it and take it. After 1 month, 2 months, they find that this is not what I was looking for. This is not helping me in any way to reduce my pain. So direction and strategy must come before you put your foot on the accelerator. The acceleration should start only when the direction that you need to go, the strategy, your goals, your vision are everything laid out clean in front of you. If that is there, then AI can help you get there faster. Else, you are reaching the wrong place faster. The most important of all of this, number 5, you have never thought about distribution. You are not thought about how to sell it, how to make sure people or your ICP customers see this. As I mentioned earlier, building an application is 30-40% of the whole equation. Now the remaining comes with the strategy, the vision, goal, and finally the big part, a 50% part of that comes in the marketing. How you are going to distribute this? How you are going to let your ICP customers know that you have something that you have built which is really going to solve their problem. And you need to explain their problem to them rather than them. There's a saying, if no one sees it, it's like you're the best kept secret in the world and no one knows about it. And distribution is not something you can think of, you can maybe plan of post-launch or at the end of the building period. It has to start from day one. The first question day one you should ask is how I am going to distribute, how I am going to reach the people who should be using my product, or who should be seeing my product, or who should be knowing about me, who should be knowing about the pain I am trying to solve. Unless that is done, you are doomed. This is one of the major reasons 1/5 of all the startups fail. You mean 20 startups from every 100 launch phase only because of because the reason they don't have a distribution plan. They may have a real problem, a real ICP, real customer base, nice product, but people don't know about it. There is a saying in the startup arena or startup circles that we should build it and they will come and buy it. Absolutely not. They will not know that you are building it. How you reach in front of them, which are channels you use, how often you get to their mind is what's important there. It's not about the price. Every cheapest thing is not sold. But pretty pricey, luxurious things get sold. They get sold just because they are available. The people know about it. And the pain is what matters. You should figure out about distribution from day one and not as an afterthought. Think how you will find your first 100 or 200 users. How will you connect to them? How will you explain the pain that you're solving with this application or with this startup in a way better than they can tell you? You must have had experiences after going to a doctor, specialist, you go and telling him, I have this, he starts asking you, what are the symptoms? And as you tell the symptoms, 3, 4, then he starts telling you, these can be the problems, these are the symptoms you must be facing. He explains your pain better than you. And that is when you build the trust on that doctor. After that, whatever he tells, you take it blind-handed. You don't negotiate with him for payment terms. You don't negotiate it with him the cost, because he tells you your problem very nicely than you ever thought of. Now, AI can help you build faster, but also, it's like I told earlier, it will take you to a wrong place faster with AI, because it helps you accelerate things. Same way, it can help you build faster, but unless the concepts, the basics are not clear, not laid down, not planned, not strategized, you're going to fail faster also. Earlier years, startups used to take 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years to fail. Now 6 months, everything is over. He started up, he built up, he launched it, failed, stopped, closed, gone back to work. How fast it is. So a startup is always built with growth in mind. The hidden danger is the false confidence. AI creates you the feeling of momentum, that things are happening fast. That feeling, that emotional attachment, the emotional hype that comes into your brains, into your minds, that makes you feel, yeah, awesome, it's going great. The polished output, the fast prototypes, your busy calendars. But activity is not traction. And output is not business. Business is when you get money. You have customers who pay you and who are ready to pay you continuously over and over. And you keep on going and supporting them. That is what is business. We all just seen that. It's like on a car, you get stuck somewhere, you put the axle, the wheel keeps on spinning. Because you have put your foot on the pedal. Now, have you ever thought the wheel is spinning but you're not going anywhere? So there's a lot of activity in your car. The fuel is being spent, the engine is getting heated up, you are putting an effort, everything is happening. You feel, yes, I'm doing it. But when you look out, you find that you're not reached anywhere. You're stuck in the same place. This is what happens with AIs. So don't confuse motion with momentum. Activity with real momentum. This is a real danger you need to take care of, you need to watch out for. Now I'll just give a small chart on the outputs. A lot of outputs and no progress. There are 3 apps built, polished, AI generated and shipped. What's the output? Not a single paying customer. There are 10 landing pages with beautiful copy, beautiful colors, beautifully finished. And what's the conversion? Zero conversion. Zero signal from the market. No one is using you. No one is trying to pay you. No one is using your product. The real metrics that matter are users, customers, and market validation, and not the number of things you are doing. The real things, KPI for you should be money that flows in, revenue that flows in. That's your validation. You're not building a startup, you are just generating outputs by this. It's a very expensive confusion that's created in the mind of all startup owners. They get a feeling, there's a common misconception in startup culture today that moving fast is everything. Absolutely not. Yes, you need to move fast. You need to be there before someone else comes. That's right. But what happens is the teams start getting up and doing features and shipping features pretty fast without even validating or thinking that this is something someone needs. Yes, your new features going in, if it is an add-on as a pain relief from the major or main pain module that you have built, if these are add-ons, people will start using it. And so, speed matters, but only when it's paired with validation and learning. Without that, speed doesn't make any sense. You are just burning your resources. You are burning your runway. If you ask me as a startup founder multiple times, helping multiple startup founders, I did say, build the bare minimum, bare metal solution that you provide your clients for the pain area. Send it to a 200, 300 customers. Let them start using it. Let them start paying you for that. Don't give it free. And once they start paying you for that, then you ask them what is the thing that you think can be improved on it. You will get a list of things from the real users that they really want to use this for. And these are the things that you need to upgrade on. These are the things that you need to build. So it becomes like you're building for people who actually need it, who are actually paying you for that. This is the importance of structured validation process and customer feedback loops. Have you ever thought of these things before? Unless in your management classes, you have never thought of these things. But these are the basics that keep you rolling and also keep your runways long. Not only that, it keeps you generating money. Now, for a shift, AI is a powerful accelerator. Fine, we know that. But only if you give it something real to accelerate. You put it in the opposite direction and keep your foot on the pedal, pump it up, it will reach you in the wrong place faster than you even imagined. And coming from there back to where you start is another hurdle. Then you need to start refresh again from here, from zero, and go further. So avoid those mistakes rather than committing them and trying to undo those things. Always use or think of AI as a multiplier, not a replacement for thinking. Your brains are the best machines that can think and generate results for you. AI cannot. Before you implement AI, make sure you have the clarity on a strategy, your goals, your data, the right way. means use AI to enhance human judgment with data, not bypass human judgment. Now, I'll give a simple framework that works for you. I won't take much of your time, but I'll give you something that you can work on to. Over the weekend, sit and just go through it. You will have an idea how you can use that. Now, start with the pain. Talk to real users, at least a 20 or 30-year-old users you must be talking to in the first stage before doing anything. They will tell you their pains. Once that is done, define one feature. Focus on the core value, the maximum pain reducer or the painkiller that can reduce the pain to the maximum is your core feature, and focus on that. Build a lean MVP. Use AI to accelerate, no issues. 100% cannot be. Some part you can use AI. Front ends, layouts, colorful, all those things. Build it and launch early. Release it first to these 20 or 30 users you spoke to. Start taking payments. And in the time, also put it up in the market for other peoples of the same ICP. Once they start paying you, then you start iterating rapidly. Improve the real data. Improve on the feedback loop you get from customers. Do that. This will keep your runway is long. You will not go to the wrong path. You will not waste much of your money on the wrong decisions, and the iterations or the upgradations you do will be useful for customers. Step one is, as I mentioned, before you touch a keyboard, talk to people, listen for repeating frustrations, look for the pain they describe without prompting them. The problem finds you. You don't need to invent it. The two is build with focus. As I mentioned, one core feature, not the full platform, not an ecosystem, one solution for the real pain. Then create a small, focused and controlled scope. That one particular core feature, you build it up. Launch it to customers, get real usage data, don't work on assumptions, build something to get and format and formulate and create a management information system for the customer feedback loop. That effort and money you spend will be useful for you to really know what is it that you need to grow, what are the upgrades that you need to do, and iterate based on data, not say, and based on data of the people who use your application, who pay you for that. Now, finally, AI should speed up your application validation, but not replace thinking. As usual, we have been talking this a lot, and you understand AI can handle the heavy lifting on validations, while we should be focusing on the thinking that matters the most. Human brains can never be beaten. Now, I'll give one real story. There are two founders. Two founders build on the same kind of concept, same ICP. The first builds on his AI builder. He builds a full product in 8 weeks, 0 users, cash has been burnt, and the momentum chasing features no one need. He has been working like mad on getting this project live in 8 weeks, and no one needs it. And the second founder, the lean MVP founder, he built one feature, launched in 3 weeks, had real users within the month, then scaled deliberately as per requirement. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be the first one, the AI wizard or AI builder, or to be someone who want to grow and scale your business, who want to earn from your business? Do business to earn money, earn revenue, earn profits. Don't create or generate or grow a business for funding. Funding automatically comes. That's a part of the game. Now, the difference between those two. I already told you, one chase AI, you optimize speed, output, sophistication, blah, blah, colors and everything, but never asked anybody who needs it. The other one chase the real problem. He stayed close to the user. He used to talk to the users daily. Every small function he used to build, he used to talk to user. Yes, is this what matches what your pain area? He keeps the small scope. He ruthlessly cut it down to small pieces. One scope. He used AI as a tool, not as a strategy. He used the right building mechanism. He built the right framework over that. Didn't let AI decide what to do. He decided what needs to be done. So he did not lose focus on the actual product, actual problem. Now, our approach should be we don't just build with AI, cut unnecessary features, focus on validation, and launch in 4 to 5 weeks. That's what we have been telling our customers, founders. That's what we have been doing for the past decade. Building MVPs that can go in 4 to 6 weeks and get it launched for validation. Now, from MVP to real traction, the first is, as I mentioned, the MVP launch, real users, real feedback, iterate, and then scale. There can be no change in this flow. It has to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot change the numbers anywhere up and down. No, this is what we do. This is how we have been building up applications for our customers. For us, it's business first, NDA protected. Without NDA, we don't go anywhere. We don't sell code. We prevent your failures. We help you get successful. We help you to improve or grow your runway, not shorten your runway. And this is where we are with you on a long term. Before you close, ask honestly. Right now, are you building something useful or just building something for the sake of building? For the sake of getting that feel, that emotion, that hype of being a founder, hype of building a startup. Are you doing something or are you really doing something useful for a real customer? Have you explored their pain? Or are you still planning to build features that nobody wants? You are chasing metrics that doesn't matter. Be brutally honest with you. Which one are you doing now? If it is the later, that's okay, but you need to know it. Refocus and walk away when this doesn't work. If you're building something useful, great. You need some help to do it, we are there to support you. Now, get clarity before you build another feature. As I mentioned, validate the idea, cut unnecessary builds. That's what we do. We help you streamline the whole MVP framework and guide you, support you, put in our experiences saying which are the things that you can cut with a chop. Use a meat chopping knife and what all things you can chop it off. How's fair scale then we can make it and launch it. Create a launch plan. Along with that, create a distribution plan. That's the most important thing. You want more clarity on how to do that? Book a 30 minutes call. No pitch, no truth. We don't pitch customers. We don't pitch startups or founders because founders know us by what we do. They come to us and that's what we do. We teach customers. We help them learn. We unclutter their mind. We unclutter their focus and make them focus on the right path. This is what we've been doing for a decade plus now. Feel free and get back to us. We are there to support you. If you think you can do it, awesome. Let's do it. Let's grow. The right decisions will always save your startup. If you think you are ready to build right away, visit my website. You will get some more ideas from there. There's a chatbot that can help you. Talk to it. Tell you problems. It will give you solutions. And use it in real time. You feel really want to talk to me? Okay, connect and let's talk. Have a great day. Now guys, anybody has any questions? We are open for the question round. We can go ahead. Someone can start up, put in chat. You have the questions in chat open for you. Okay, now we are done with the questions. Let's be in touch. Do share this to someone who is really in trouble or some of a startup founders, friends who really need this. It will be helpful for them. They would be saving a lot of money, a lot of emotional pressure, a lot of tensions from their life. Bye and catch you up back.